Dudes and Foxy Dudettes, welcome back to the Well-Rounded Dude podcast, big episode number 7, the best dressed characters in pop culture. Now, a bit of a confession, I had originally planned this to be just a YouTube video, and I got my buddy Dave from the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast to help me out with that. But once we got into our conversation, I knew it could not be contained to just a YouTube video. We were going to have an accompanying podcast, an audio version too. And because, not going to lie, we go deep here. We go hard. We talk about different style choices, colors, what we like, such as like turtleneck sweaters, trench coats, old-fashioned hats, and so much more. So without further ado, kick back, relax, and get ready for this really fun conversation. Dudes and Foxy Dudettes, welcome back to the Well-Rounded Dude. I have a very special guest with me, my good friend, Dave from the Let's Talk Nerdy podcast. We have a very cool topic, a very interesting topic that I think is going to be really cool. Best dressed characters. So this can be from any genre, it could be movies, TV, video games, comics, anything. We are avoiding like superhero costumes for the most part, unless one's like really cool, but
regretfully.
We could do that in another video.
Stay tuned for part 2 to this video where we are only doing costumes. It's gonna be great.
Yes, it reminds me of that commercial for the new Batman Adventures back in the 90s when he was just like swinging around. It was like edited footage, and he's just like, "Oh, I'm wearing leather today." You got to up your costume game, Clark.
That's a deep cut that just shows our age, bro.
I know, yeah. But first thing that popped in my head.
For all you young kids out there, go ahead and YouTube that. I believe the commercial is probably somewhere, living somewhere on the internet.
Yes. But before we hop into it, let's talk a little about Let's Talk Nerdy. Your podcast, you guys do amazing work, and I love it. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Dave.
Thanks, man. Yeah, super appreciate it, dude. Thanks for having me on too, by the way. I super appreciate coming on here. 2-time guest, I believe. First 2-time guest on like the podcast style stuff, I think.
I think so, yeah.
First 2-time guest, let's go. But yeah, guys, if you guys like the nerdier side of things, for lack of a better word, check out a podcast I do with my buddy Adam called Let's Talk Nerdy. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on TikTok, Instagram, basically anywhere that has a search bar. Go ahead and type in Let's Talk Nerdy podcast, and we will pop up. Yeah, we talk about a lot of nerdy stuff, a lot of video games, a lot of comic books, upcoming movies, stuff like that. That's a great time. So if you guys want to check that out, super appreciate you guys showing some love and see what you guys think.
Well said. Without further ado, let's hop into it.
I just want to preface this by saying, guys, there is going to be a lot of people on this list. Well, there's going to be a lot of people out there that did not make this list. So if your favorite person did not make this list, we are truly sorry. And leave the name down in the comments, because we love hearing the comments from you guys about people that should have made these lists. But I just want to throw it out there. Did a little bit of research. And I'm not going to lie, there's a lot of good, well-dressed looking dudes out there in the pop culture world.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the reasons why I had this idea, I think, is because like, I truly believe like pop culture like influences our dressing style, at least for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking for everybody. But
I think that's 100% true, dude. You see like somebody that you really like, you see an actor in a film, or you see like, a favorite like rendition of somebody in a comic book, and you're like, oh, that's a sweet jacket, or like, you know what I mean? And it's a very cool thing. I just want to throw out there that when you threw this idea to me of like a good way to infuse both of our channels and do like the most stylish, dude in pop culture history, I was like, this is an incredible idea.
Thank you.
This is such a good idea. It's something that I definitely didn't even like. It didn't even cross my mind. And I was like, this is such a good way to fuse the channels together and make something awesome.
Yeah, when I had the idea, I'm like, I can't do this with anybody else but Dave. It's got it.
I appreciate you bringing me on for this. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. Man. So sit back and relax, guys. We're going to run through a bunch here. Drop down in the comments what you think of the list, and if we did miss anybody, please drop that down in the comments as well. We love looking at the comments and seeing who your favorite characters are. So
Yep. And don't forget to subscribe while you're there.
I almost nailed the plug. I almost nailed it. If I threw in that like and subscribe at the end there, I think it would have been a perfect plug. Nailed.
I was impressed. I was impressed. I was just mentioning that because it popped into my head. So
it's a good time to mention it. Good time to mention it. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you want to do this? You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You were the guest. I will let you go first.
You're going to let me go first?
I am.
Oh boy. I'm going to start it out with a bang. Okay. We're going to start it out super controversial. And okay, this is going to be a love-hate. I know a lot of people are going to love this pick. I know a lot of people are going to hate this pick. But with my very first pick on the most well-dressed men in pop culture, I have to go with the Joker. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay.
Okay.
Was he on your list?
No,
not on the list. Okay.
No.
All right. So guys, here's the thing. It takes a very, very special, confident man to rock a plum purple suit. And I'm going to throw out there that wearing the plum purple suit is really, really underrated. And if you go back to the comic books and you look at like the original comic book rendition of the Joker, I think he takes it a little too wild, right? So he's going with like some combination of a yellow vest, green shirt, green tie. And I think that might be a little too crazy. Just because it's very, very loud, right? So if you're wearing like a plum purple type suit, you probably want to cool that down with like a classic white, button up and like a black tie to like not go so loud. But I think it's a really, really interesting kind of way to make a statement.
I agree.
Do you agree?
I agree. I have seen people rock the purple suit. It wasn't done well when I saw it. But they do make them. So
okay. So I wanted to see if you agreed with me real quick. And now that I saw that you agree with me, just 1 second. So my lighting is probably not going to do this justice, but I'm gonna throw out there that I back up my opinion, and I do indeed have a plum purple suit, and my lighting is real terrible. But if you bring it a little bit closer, you can see a little bit more of the purple. But this is indeed a plum purple suit, and kind of like what I said, when I rock the plum purple suit, with just a regular white button-up shirt and a black tie with some black shoes. And I think it's a good way to kind of go outside the box without getting too crazy. A good way I like to say it is like, you let the tiger out the cage, but you still got it on a leash. It's got more room, it's got more room to walk around, but it's still controlled. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. I have also seen a purple suit that was a little bit brighter than that. And I think that wouldn't work, but I like a darker purple too. I like how you're saying like a little bit of a darker purple. I think that works a little bit more than what I had kicking around in my head.
I will say though, yeah, it takes a real special person to go like that violet kind of purple, that real bright. That guy's got a ton of confidence. I don't have quite that amount of confidence. I think plum purple is probably where I'm settling. But I do really, really like the plum purple. But again, you got to throw it out there. And I like to say this with any outfit. You get one article that can be super loud and just kind of like out there. If you do that, so that like, if you look at like, take The Weeknd, for example, right? You look at that like fruit punch style suit. What did he do though? He kind of calmed that down by wearing just a black shirt and a black tie to kind of tone down the craziness. Like if he wore that bright red suit with like some type of, bright pattern t-shirt or button up, and then also like a bright pattern tie, it's too crazy. There's too much going on there. So just, if you want to do something like the plum purple, just make it your one thing that kind of stands out and keep everything else kind of monotone. And I think you'll be able to rock it and you get a lot of compliments on it. I
wholeheartedly agree. Actually, we'll make that well-rounded tip of the day.
Nice.
I have. Props to you, dude.
Thanks, man. We had to start it off with a bang, so I just throw it out there. I love the Joker. Like I said, the original comic one probably goes a little bit too crazy. I think Heath's rendition of the Joker with the blue shirt and the green vest kind of tones it down a little bit, but still probably a little bit too wild for the average dude to kind of rock. So yeah, just keep it classy with the white shirt, black tie, and I'm going to throw it out there. I'm sorry, fans, but Jared Leto and Joaquin Phoenix Jokers don't exist, so don't even look at those suits.
Okay.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Came out swinging, dude, on your first.
I had to make the first one a banger. We had to start off with a bang, right?
Gave a great, well-rounded tip, and awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna go with my first one. You ready?
Born ready.
I have to ask you a serious question though, because it pertains to it. It's like, who is the man that would risk his neck for his brother, man?
This is I'm on the spot and I'm kind of panicking.
It's okay.
I'm panicking.
My first pick is Shaft.
Oh my god. Let's go, dude. This is the best start to this episode that could possibly happen. We go on the best well-dressed men in pop culture. We go with the Joker and Shaft.
Yeah. There's going to be a lot of deep cuts. Warning you guys, deep cuts all the way around. Yeah, I got to go with Shaft. To narrow it down, I'll go with like Samuel L. Jackson version of Shaft.
Mm-hmm.
Especially, I have a thing for like leather coats, and especially like trench coats, like leather trench coats, just regular trench coats, just in general. And have you seen both of the Shaft movies?
Oh yeah,
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that first coat in the first one, like the start when he investigates the murder, like. That's an awesome look. Not everybody can pull it off, but I think it works.
Here's the thing, and I feel comfortable saying it as a shorter gentleman. So for you guys that don't know, I'm kind of a short dude. I'm 5'6", on a good day. And I think a full length kind of like leather trench coat looks really good on a lot of people, but I do think this is something that like you might need a little bit of height to kind of pull off. So a good tip for me is that I have, I don't want to say that I have risers, but I have a specific set of boots that kind of makes me just a little bit taller. So something that's kind of like a full length look, if you really want to kind of elongate your body a little bit, pair it up with a good pair of boots to just give you that little bit of extra lift. And it kind of, it not only do a good pair of boots just really look good with like a 3/4 length or a full length jacket, but it really just kind of gives you that lift to kind of build out the jacket the way that I think you kind of need to be able to when you rock something like that.
You can. And one thing I would also mention too is pay the tailor tax.
Yep.
There's a lot of guys that don't realize that you can get leather jackets altered. It costs a little bit, but it's totally worth it. I mean, if you're investing in a look, if you find something that you like and you want something that's going to fit you, you can have your leather jackets altered. I do have a full length coat that I did, cause my legs are shorter. Like I'm about like 5'9", 5'10", but that's like mostly my torso. My legs are shorter. So like my pants, I always have to, I'm like probably like a 28. And, you can never find those in stores.
Never.
So I have to get my jeans altered. So with the jacket or with the coat that I got, I also got that altered. So I got like, a couple inches taken off and it still looks good, Yeah. So that's another well-rounded tip.
Definitely.
I like both.
Yeah, definitely pay the tailor tax. And again, pair it up with a good pair of boots. It's really going to kind of elongate your body a little bit. Even if you do get it tailored, if you're a little bit on the shorter side like myself, the jacket just being kind of if you're not representing the height already, the jacket being that close to the ground is going to kind of make you appear a little bit smaller anyways. So that extra little lift in the boots is a good way to kind of negate that a little bit. They kind of work together. And honestly, if you're rocking a good pair of, if you're rocking a good leather jacket, you probably want to pair it up with a good pair of leather boots anyways. So
yeah. I just wear boots. I hardly wear sneakers at all. So. Most guys are like crazy for like, oh, I got some Jordans. I'm like, I got some Thursday boots.
Yup. Shout out to Thursday, dude. Their boots are insane. And honestly, like just their basic white kicks. I rock the basic white kicks like nonstop. You can rock those with anything. I'm typically a boot guy too, but sometimes I just want to kind of keep it casual, keep it comfy.
Yep.
Their basic white sneaker, top notch.
Good to know. I'll have to check them out because I do wear sneakers on occasion, but most of the time it's just like, I got my Chelsea's on. I'm going out.
Sometimes you want to keep it comfy,
Yeah.
That's a great pick, though. That's a great pick. Okay. Next up on my list, I am going to go to the movie well, and I would be remiss to do this draft without mentioning one of my favorite characters all time, and of course, we're talking about Mr. John Wick.
It's on my list.
It is on your list? I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Dude. I'm sorry, dude.
That's okay. I almost took him first because I knew he was going to be on yours. But I waited. I was polite.
I appreciate you. I'm giving me guest honors here. I appreciate you. But, okay, the thing about John Wick, right, is it's kind of a weird situation because, and I'm specifically talking about the all black suit. I love the all black aesthetic. And I think it's kind of one of those situations where it feels like you're trying to be very monotone and very reserved, but the appearance that it gives off of just walking into the room murdered out from head to toe in all black is just such a commanding presence that I'm just like, oh, that is top notch. It's top notch. And the great thing about it, guys, is it's a look that anybody can pull off. I mean, if you're really kind of struggling and you don't know what to do to put an outfit together, all black. Just go all black. It's the easiest thing that you can do. Yeah,
it's true. I mean, I don't think there's another color that can really work like that. You know what I mean?
It really doesn't, because black's really the only color that you can go monotone the whole way through. Even if you think about very light, kind of easy on the eye colors, if you go all gray, like picture a gray suit with a gray shirt and a gray tie, it just doesn't work. I mean, even like white, it doesn't work. Red, it doesn't work. Blue, it doesn't work. But black, all black, everything, it just works. And it works all the time. So if you guys are kind of struggling for like, I don't know what to do to look good, like I don't know how to put an outfit together, black on black on black, and just out the door.
When in doubt, go black. You can't go wrong with it.
You can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it at all.
Yes. Also, what I love too is about, and some of the people on my list is going to have this too, but the 3-piece suits.
Oh yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I got a lot of 3-piece suits on the list. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's crazy because like you get the most bang for your buck with a 3-piece suit. My personal opinion, because I mean, if you're on the fence about it, if you're on the fence about spending that money for it, you just don't wear it. I mean, you can buy it and then just not wear it if you don't want to. It's not like you have to wear the vest.
No, and I think a 3-piece suit, honestly, is a really good investment for people that don't have a lot of suits. Because you can wear that suit in 3 different fashions, right? You can wear it together as a 3-piece suit. Or you could skip the vest and just wear it as a 2-piece suit. Or you could skip the jacket and just wear it as pants and a vest. I mean, it's a great way to kind of take one quote unquote article of clothing, which is the entire suit, and be able to make it more versatile and get 3 different outfits out of it. So especially if you don't have a lot of suits, I know it probably seems counterintuitive to spend a little bit extra money if you don't have a lot of suits, but if you really look at like the mismatch, like the combinations that you could put together with that one suit, it makes a little bit more sense to spend that extra money. And a lot of times you can get the vest that goes along with the suit for like an extra $100.
Yeah, It's totally worth it. I mean, that's, for my first suit, that's what I went with. Well, my first and only suit. I don't wear a lot of suits. I don't have a lot of places to wear a suit too, but I still have one. And I went with the 3-piece suit, because like we said, versatility.
Yeah. Versatility, guys. If you guys don't we might be going a little bit off topic, but if you don't have a ton of money and you don't have, you don't have a lot of money to invest in this, and you don't have a lot of suits, but you want to be able to have a lot of things to go, to look nice, get a 3-piece suit, get one white t-shirt, and get 2 different ties. And with that combination between wearing the jacket, not wearing the jacket, wearing the vest, not wearing the vest, only wearing the button up, wearing the button up with the vest, wearing the button up with the tie, wearing the button up with the vest and the tie, switching the tie out. You literally have so many versatile combinations that you can make from that one outfit that you can kind of just get by until you can get to the point where you can get another suit. And I think it's kind of a great start for guys.
Exactly. And I'll add one more item into that too. And it ties back into John Wick, a turtleneck sweater.
Yep. Having
a turtleneck sweater, rocking it with the suit. I love the look in chapter 2 when he decides that he's gonna, not to spoil the movie, but do the thing that he's been asked to do. And he goes and picks up his suit and his turtleneck sweater out of his safety deposit box. Like, that's a great look. And it's very simple.
And what color did he go with?
Black.
Black on black, baby.
Yeah.
No, yeah. So I think we kind of went off topic there, but some good tips in there. I think it was worthy of going off topic. Sorry to drag that out.
That's okay, because I wanted to cover it anyway. That was another thing that from Shaft too. It was like turtleneck sweaters, especially in the second one.
Yep.
I love turtleneck sweaters, so
it's definitely a good pick.
Yes. Okay, so that was your pick. Kind of both of ours. I'm not going to let you have John Wick alone.
I mean, no, that's okay. No, that was a joint pick, guys. That was a joint pick.
So I'll go with my second pick. This is a deep cut, and I don't think we've ever talked about this, so it'll be interesting. I am going to go with Angel from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'm not the biggest Buffy guy. I don't know. Describe the outfit. Describe the outfits to me.
First of all, we're gonna fight. Like Buffy. No, I'm joking.
I'm sorry. I knew that was coming. Did you see how I was trying to slow roll past that?
I saw. You were just gonna calmly drink some coffee and think you were gonna get past that. Yeah.
No. I was on riot control there.
No, you're fine. So for the most part, it's interesting because, originally it was like very classic style, like a white t-shirt, a black, like a black suit, or at least black chinos, black jacket. Was kind of hard to tell. The show was very dark anyway. And then it kind of evolved to like a long trench coat. Again, I've got, I like trench coats. So, long, dark coats and button-up shirts, like dark colored. Occasionally, it was the 90s, so it was a little popular to have like, kind of like a satin finish or satin finish to some shirts, to dress shirts, like dark burgundies. I'm a sucker for burgundy. So that's how it started off when he was on Buffy. When he got his own spinoff, they did, branch out a little bit. So it was more kind of like business casual, total, like on both shows, but he, went with like darker grays and like sweaters.
Yep.
Just very casual crew neck knit sweaters. And then it kind of switched, his coat kind of switched during the show to like an overcoat, like a leather overcoat that was like mid, so it hit about like a little below the knee, above the knee a little bit, like that,
like a 3/4 length,
something like that. Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm picking up the vibe now.
Okay. Or like a leather blazer. That was popular for him too. For most of the show, he was like on Buffy and on his own show, he was like one of the best dressed dudes. There was only one time that he wore a shirt that I couldn't stand, and it was like a yellow and white striped shirt, like a button up.
Yeah.
Vertical stripes. But to be fair, it kind of fit in with the theme of the episode because everybody was supposed to be like super overly happy and bright and optimistic. So he had on like this ugly ass shirt.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I try to experiment with color, throwing splashes of color in my outfits. Yellow is one of those colors that I cannot ever figure out what to do with. The only good instances that I've ever been able to really kind of incorporate yellow into my outfit and have it work is a tie or a pocket square. Anything outside of that, I have a real hard time incorporating bright yellow, especially like if as a focal point. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to make yellow the focal point of the outfit and make it look good. So if you guys got any tips on how to do that, drop them in the comments because I'm all ears.
Yeah, especially like a bright yellow, like
yeah,
you know, like a mustard yellow, like a little bit of a darker yellow. It looks cool. It's not for me. It's not something that I would go for, but I have seen some sweaters and stuff, especially in some recent Express ads. There was some sweaters that looked kind of, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I don't know if that would work for me, but
yeah, I don't know. There's only one person that I've ever seen pull off bright yellow that's like really, really kind of cool. And I feel confident saying this person's name because I don't think they'll be on the list, but Uma Thurman and Kill Bill. Remember she had that bright yellow. You remember she had that bright yellow, like kind of jumpsuit? Yeah, that was like really cool. I was like, oh, bright yellow's kind of working.
Yeah. Yeah. For ladies, I think it would work fine. But for guys, it's just like, what made you pick that?
Stick to black, guys. Stick to black. Yes. No, that's a good pick, though. That's a good pick. Okay, next up on my list, I'm going to go somewhere kind of crazy again. And I don't know if people are going to like this one, but I'm going to do it. We're going to go with the one and only Mr. Tyler Durden, Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Okay.
You like that pick?
I can co-sign that. I'm with that.
If you watch Fight Club and you check out Brad Pitt in Fight Club, he has this red leather jacket that he rocks in like basically every single scene. And the amount of versatility that he turns out of this red leather jacket and just makes it look amazing all the time is like really incredible to me, dude. He has the red leather jacket. He rocks it with just a regular t-shirt. He rocks it with like a floral style button up. He rocks it with blue jeans. He rocks it with black jeans. Just the amount of versatility and outfits that he creates from this one piece that's kind of hard to make look good because it's another one of those pieces that's really bright, really loud, really in your face. And just the amount of like outfits that he creates from that and makes every single one of them looks good. I'm like, pooh, that's incredible. That's impressive.
Yeah. It's amazing what one really cool statement piece can do.
Yeah, it's literally one really cool statement piece, and he rocks it all the way through all the way through the movie. You see him rocking that red jacket.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that's a good pick.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's a deep cut.
It is a deep cut. Like I said, I know my list has some deep cuts, so be prepared for deep cuts, everybody.
But yeah, Tyler Durden, check out, if you guys haven't seen Fight Club, just do a little quick Google search, Tyler Durden red jacket, and you'll see what we're talking about. It's a great look. It's a great look. I would love to get a red jacket, but I'm kind of afraid I wouldn't be able to pull it off. But yeah, I don't know. Every time I watch that movie, I'm like, time to pull the trigger on that red jacket, bro. Order it up.
Looking at like Jacket Maker.
Right?
Like pull it up. That's another thing that's like cool is like you can like thanks to the internet you can just like type in like the character and their jacket and you can find a company that makes something similar.
Yeah. My cart has had that red jacket in it for I can't even tell you how long. A couple years now. One of these days I'm pulling the trigger on it.
Should.
Just keeping it in my cart right now, hoping they send me an email for a coupon code, but they're just not doing it.
Oh, should just like send him a message, like you'll wear it on the podcast.
Yeah.
See if they'll send you one. Really interested in your company, would you?
We're doing a Fight Club special, guys. It just would be a great time to promote the jacket.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. I'm gonna go with my third pick. Gonna sound a little weird, but I am gonna go with Lucifer from Netflix.
Okay. All right. Throw out my Joker pick. Taking top spot. I appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
Hey, here to help.
As much as I don't want to agree, I agree. No, I totally agree.
Yeah. Dude always looked good. It was, three-piece suits again. He went, my opinion personally, as high as you can go without hitting black tie, like a lot of times,
Yeah, no, I think he was kind of hovering right at that level, right below black tie. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. But like French cuffs, different colors. He wasn't afraid to, black suit, and then next minute, he'll be in like a cream colored suit or a white suit on the beach.
Yeah.
And it was always, a part of the joke too. He's like, "Detective, I'm wearing linen." This is the linen. Always great suits and always great hair, which is another important thing. You can dress the part, but make sure your hair is done.
Yeah, no, that's a great pick too. I don't think of it yet. Even at the beach, dude's looking good.
Yeah. Even when episodes when he was like disheveled, he still looked good. That's how they did it. They just were like,
yeah. I kind of like the disheveled look too a little bit. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like rocking a suit and like, loosening up that tie and undoing the top button and give it a little disheveled look. I mean, I think it's fine.
I agree. One of the things I like to tell people is like kind of, break a style rule, but I mean, it also depends on where you're going to. You don't want to go to a wedding and like, have your shirt untucked.
No,
don't do that. But, if you're wearing a suit to like maybe a semi-formal thing, like rock it out that way, as long as your shirt isn't like extremely long.
Yeah.
Down to your knees. But, if it's a moderate length, it looks cool.
I do think it looks cool, and like you said, it's a lot about where you're going. But I mean, if you're rocking a suit and you're going out to a nice dinner, I mean, there's nothing wrong with with popping that first button and loosening up the tie a little bit, give it a little bit more of a casual feel. It's it's exactly what you said. You're not in a wedding or anything like that. You're out having a good time. You want to look good while you're doing it. Break a couple rules, stand out from the crowd a little bit.
Exactly. Skip the tie if needs be, wear a t-shirt, under your suit. I mean, great time for the turtleneck. There's a whole bunch of options.
Definitely options. Yeah, no, that's a good pick. Oof.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't know how to follow that up though. Oh, okay. You know what? I know what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to a different side. We're gonna jump across the pond here, and we are gonna go.
Okay.
I think he knows where I'm going. I think he knows where I'm going. But we are gonna go with the one and only Mr. Thomas Shelby. Wow, what a great look, dude! What a great look out of Thomas Shelby. Dude, like the 3-piece suit, the full length overcoat, which I know you love. The chain pocket watch, like that is bringing back the chain pocket watch, like okay. And the number one thing, the classic newsboy hat. Are you a fan of the classic newsboy hat?
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
oh, Peaky Blinders?
Yeah, I've never seen Peaky Blinders.
Oh, dude, you got to check out Peaky Blinders.
But I mean, I think I've seen the. I know what you're talking about with like the
classic newsboy hat, like the old school, like 1920s, like the flat brim with the round top.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah,
Yes.
dude, that look is so good. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of that. So guys, like, I'm honestly not a big fan of like these older style hats, like the bolo hat or like a bucket hat and stuff like that. Those are very, very, very hard to pull off. But I think if you put it together in the style of like Thomas Shelby, I think you can pull it together. And I think just the way that he does it kind of like almost transformed the way that I thought about wearing those old school hats. I'm like, oh, maybe, because I always saw them and I was like, I could never pull that off. Like I could never pull off a hat like that. And then looking at his look, I'm like, maybe I should try though.
Nothing beats a failure but a try.
Yeah, no, it's a really, really great look. And dude, honestly, you got to check out Peaky Blinders. Such a great show.
Okay. I've heard good things. I've never... Tell us a little bit about it.
Peaky Blinders is basically like it's basically like a mob show. But it's like The Sopranos if The Sopranos took place in like 1920s England.
Okay.
It's so good. Yeah, and just everybody, the style, like they all dress the part, and it's like to just see all of those looks come together. And if you look at a quick photo, you'll see like it's the 3-piece suit, it's the classic wool overcoat, it's that newsboy hat, it's the chain pocket watch that's going through the vest into the vest pocket. It's such a classic look that I think really kind of went away. People don't dress like that anymore. And I think maybe we should start thinking about bringing some of those styles back because they are really, really good styles. I just personally just thought like I would never be able to pull it off. But looking at Thomas Shelby, I'm like, I'm going to try though. I'm going to try. I might not be able to do it, but I'm going to try.
Okay. You had me a wool overcoat. I mean, I wear those anyway.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with a good wool pea coat.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I will say, I don't think I can pull off a pea coat. Pea coats, I feel like for me, it doesn't work. I don't know. An overcoat, I'll go with.
I think anybody can pull off a pea coat.
You think so?
I think so.
I don't know, man.
I have so many pea coats. I literally have 2 3/4 lengths. One's a gray one, one's a black one. I have a regular mid-waist length that's black. And I get so many compliments on the pea coats. I think it's one of those pieces that like really every single guy should have in their wardrobe and have in their arsenal because it's a classic look. It's one of those coats that looks good with everything. It really kind of is a statement piece without being a statement piece because it looks expensive and like to do, but not loud, if that makes sense. And dude, honestly, I get so many compliments when I wear those jackets. Definitely get the pea coat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, usually I see guys that, it's usually like really buff guys I see that wear, like I saw, Alpha M wears it. I've seen Stephen Amell wear it on Arrow. I've seen you wear it and you're just like, oh, dude. I'm like, yeah, it looks great. I'm like, I don't know if this is for me. I'm going to go back to my overcoat.
You know what it is, dude? I'm not buff at all. It's exactly like you said, pay the tailor tax, right? If you get that pea coat and you get it fit to you, you can rock it. And just the style that it kind of brings is a really classic, timeless, mature style that I think a lot of people are very receptive to. So yeah, grab a pea coat, man. I think you look good in a pea coat. I'm not going to lie.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll give it a shot.
Give it a shot, man. Give it a shot.
And I'll post pictures on Instagram, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to tag you in it and blame you.
That's okay. That's all right. I stand by the pea coat.
Okay. All right. We are going to go with my next pick, and this one's a little bit different from the other ones that I have, but I think you'll kind of understand why. Got to go with a little Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Okay. I'm picking up what you're putting down now.
All right. It's kind of, I don't know what else to say. It's Dean Winchester. Were you a Supernatural fan?
I was, and I think I understand what you're saying when you don't really know what to say. It kind of just is a style of its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it's very unique, but it's all, pieces that, a lot of things that we talked about, like boots, like they wear a lot of boots between, Sam and Dean, but, plaid shirts, which I don't wear a ton of plaid shirts, but it's funny because their styles kind of change a little bit per episode, and it's not like one of those gradual things like from, the beginning of the show to the end of the show, like their style progressed. It's just like, no, it's like one time they're wearing Henleys, which are amazing shirts. Every guy should have a Henley, I think, as my friend is rocking.
Two buttons, yep. 2 buttons. Unless you got it going on here, it's 2 buttons, guys.
Exactly. Unbutton those buttons. You know who buttons up all the buttons on Henleys? Dorks. And we're not dorks. I usually say nerds, but I'm like, no, he's got the.
It's all right. No, it's all right. We embrace the nerd persona. It's okay. It's all right.
Right. That's what I'm saying. We can't say that. No. We're trying to get people to unbutton. But yeah, just getting back to Dean, just jeans, t-shirts, some really cool jackets, some field jackets. That's another thing that some guys don't, really try, but I think they work. I've gotten a few jackets like that actually, like grays and, there's other jackets too, like chore jackets that they would wear.
Yep.
Stuff like that. Just different styles that actually work, Not everything is trench coats and turtlenecks, unfortunately.
That's okay. You can wear your trench coat and turtleneck anywhere you want, dude.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, see the sadness in his face right now. You can do it, buddy. You could do it. It's okay.
I'll tell you this. Like, I was so upset. I was thinking about this the other day. Like, it's colder weather now, so I can rock, kind of colder weather around here. I can rock a turtleneck sometimes. I'm like, but, sometimes it's too warm for a turtleneck. I actually bought like long sleeve t-shirt turtlenecks. So
oh, really?
Yeah. Pima cotton. They're awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to need to check those out.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks really cool. You get all, the style of the turtleneck, but the coolness of the long sleeve tee.
I am gonna break your heart right now, but I am honestly not a turtleneck guy, and it has nothing to do with the style. I think the style is incredible. I just like something touching my neck is like very uncomfortable to me.
See, I used to be that way.
How do you get over that?
I don't know. I just did.
You're just like wearing the turtleneck, telling your body, like, you look amazing. Just suck it up.
You put it on and you look in the mirror. But when I was younger, because my mom would do that. Like, she would, she was like, "Oh, you got to wear like turtlenecks and stuff." And I'm like, "I don't like it's just too itchy and stuff." And I think a lot of it too is like how wool has changed. Yeah. Over the years, like, back when we were kids, like if you had a wool shirt or a sweater, I mean, you hated that because it was like, oh, it's scratchy. I don't want to wear that.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny too, because that same like feeling to me has kind of transitioned. I don't know if you were the same way as a kid, but when I was a kid, I hated having cuffed like sleeves and like the cuff on the bottom of your pants by your ankles. I hated when any of my shirts or any of my pants had that stuff. And it's like now, like if I rock a Henley, I want that break at the wrist. Like if I'm wearing joggers, like I want that cuff at the ankle. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. It's like how your taste changes. Like when you're a kid, like you hate pickles, and now like pickles are awesome. Yes.
But also too, how do you feel about mock necks?
Mock necks for me are another one of those same kind of styles.
Same feeling?
It's not as much, obviously, as the turtleneck, but it's still something. I think it's still there. And it's weird because a hoodie, if you rock a hoodie, you can see how Chris's hoodie right now is kind of sitting on his neck a little bit. A hoodie like that for me doesn't bother me at all, but just having that little extra oomph kind of around my neck in the collar line. I don't know what it is. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Well, to each his own, you know?
I'm just going to have to train my body. Guys, give me like 2 weeks. I'm going to go through some pretty extensive training. I'm just going to wear turtlenecks and mock necks for the next 2 weeks and tell my body to suck it up. And then I will be back to report on the new styles that have been opened up into my world from me getting over my fear of having something around my neck.
Yes. That's awesome. But
yeah, that's a great pick. Okay.
Thank you.
How do I follow that up? You know what? I'm gonna go weird. We're gonna go weird. And I think it's gonna be fine. Stay with me, because as soon as I say the name, you're gonna be like, hard pass. But I think this is gonna count. I am gonna go with the man with no name, Mr. Clint Eastwood. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood from The Man with No Name.
Have you ever seen that movie? No.
Okay. Have you ever seen that quintessential photo of Clint Eastwood, young Clint Eastwood, where he's like standing and he has the poncho on and he has the hat with the cigar in his mouth?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you know that. Okay, so that is a very quintessential photo. That is the exact outfit that I'm talking about. And I think that it's a little kind of crazy, but hear me out, because I don't think the outfit as a whole is going to work today. But I think aspects of the outfit are a really, really cool style if you could pull it off. So number one, the wide brim hat. If you can pull off the wide brim hat with the correct style, I really, really love it. And there's a couple guys that can really pull this off. Musicians, Johnny Depp can actually really kind of pull off the wide brim hat really well, I think. But the wide brim hat is just really, really cool. And I think shows like a kind of distinct style, you know what I mean? Like if you see someone wearing a wide brim hat, you know that dude really like put himself together and really cares about his appearance. So I love the wide brim hat. The poncho I think is really cool for the time, but I don't think the poncho works now. But if you eliminate the poncho from that outfit, he goes classic denim button up. He's got the dual leather belt. He's got the sheepskin vest with the brim hat, and I think if you're looking for kind of like a Western-y kind of style look, I think it's a really, really cool look. And I don't think a Western kind of style look would be something that would be on this list a lot. So I wanted to include it. Okay.
Fair enough. You know, I live out in the boonies, so I see that a little bit more. Not what you just described, but on occasion we'll see. I mean, it's close enough. Occasionally, to me, it's that kind of thing. Like you see somebody in cowboy boots, and you're like, "That's what you picked."
I think if you can do it right, though, I think you can get it together. And there's definitely a distinct kind of jump in quality when you're talking about items like this. That really kind of set people apart when you're talking about really kind of doing it up big. Don't get me wrong, this is a great style, but if you really want to kind of pull off this style, it's going to be something very expensive. Just a quick Google search on these wide brim hats, like something that I would consider to kind of be, something that's in a put together outfit, was running somewhere between $300 to $400, and that's just for the hat alone. So, I mean, this is a look that, number one, you got to have a lot of confidence. Number two, it's definitely a look that you're probably going to have to save up for to kind of get everything that you need to really piece it together. But if it's a look that you're interested in going with, I do think that if you do it right, it's really, really cool.
I can get behind that. Yeah. You know, I mean, everybody has their own tastes. And I mean, people would look at trench coats and turtleneck sweaters as weird, but it's...
This whole podcast just really comes down to me just like really wishing that I had enough confidence to rock a cool hat, and I just don't.
So far we've got a lot of things we got to work on. We got to get you the red leather jacket. We got to get you we got to get you a turtleneck, and we got to get you a really cool hat. Several, apparently.
This show has just turned into Dave's wish list shopping list, and after we're done here, my credit card is going to be maxed out. I just want to let everybody know that.
We'll post updates on Instagram.
Just, so we can... Yeah, check the Instagram for all the new looks coming your way soon.
That's right. Flat brim hats, turtleneck sweaters, and cowboy boots. Do you own cowboy boots?
I do not own cowboy boots. I don't. And the thing with the cowboy boots is, and I don't want to sound bougie. I think I'm going to sound kind of bougie here when I say this. Cowboy boots are really, really cool if you can pull them off. And if you hit a certain echelon of cowboy boot, if you're going to invest in a good pair of cowboy boots, it's probably going to cost you some dough. I mean, it's going to be a few $100s to get something that isn't like, because if you do cowboy boots right, they look amazing, but it's very easy to do cowboy boots wrong. And just, you're kind of able to tell that they're really just kind of low quality, like, and it makes the outfit kind of look cheap. And again, I'm sorry, I don't want to sound bougie, but yeah, I think if you're going to go the cowboy boot route, save up a little extra money, invest in a good pair. It's probably going to cost you a few $100s, but I think the level of quality shows within the entire outfit, and I think you'll be much more happy that you did.
I agree. Yeah, if you're going to do something like that, you got to invest the money. You know, you don't want to get cheap boots.
When it comes to style, there's a few things that you can kind of go the cheaper route, and it's it looks really fine. My favorite example of this is watches. To have a really like nice looking watch, if you're just skipping, brand name, you can get a really decent looking watch that you can put together. I mean, I have some of my favorite watches I've gotten for like $150. I mean, it's not, you don't have to have a $10,000 watch to make an outfit look good. So there are areas in your outfit that you can go a little bit on the cheaper side and be totally fine. Cowboy boots is not one of them. I feel like it's one of those pieces that it's very easy to spot when they're not well made, and when they look cheap, they kind of really bring the outfit down.
I agree. Jackets, shoes, those are the things you don't want to skimp out on. Like, you can get away with cheaper t-shirts to a degree.
T-shirts are my favorite example of this. I'm going to be honest. And like you said, the boots, like boots, sneakers, jackets, things like that. T-shirts, my wardrobe is, if I had to put a number on it, like how many actual t-shirts I have, my t-shirt collection is probably 90% Hanes 5-packs of just black, gray, and white. And like, I think that that's totally fine. Now I obviously have a couple, I like cuts. So I'm a big fan of cuts. So I have a lot of cuts tees, but just my general kind of day to day, I don't usually layer with a cut tee. So if I just want to rock a t-shirt, I'm good with the cuts tee. But if I want to layer, like I need a t-shirt to go underneath a jacket or something like that, that $2, $3 Hanes like black t-shirt is totally fine. And I think it's good to these guys spending hundreds of dollars on t-shirts. I'm just like, dude, that's crazy. You could invest that in like a way different area of your outfit and really elevate your game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's one of the things like I learned to invest a little bit more in is t-shirts, I used to be like, if it's cost more than $10, it's not worth it. But learning about like the different fibers, like, like bamboo cotton and stuff. Like I used to, I'm still a pretty big fan of the Essentials t-shirts. I don't know if you saw the video I did a couple weeks ago, the Feelbach.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. We'll get back to our conversation with Dave in just a minute, dudes and Foxy Dudettes. But speaking of t-shirts, I got to talk to you a little bit about Feelbach. Feelbach is a company that is setting new standards for comfort and style in men's essentials. They recently sent me over some of their t-shirts, and they are pretty top notch. The fabric is a blend of 3 renewable materials: Pima cotton, bamboo, and Serona. if you know me, you know I love bamboo cotton, Supima cotton. Sarona is a little bit new to me. That's more kind of like a new version of a polyester in a way. But don't think of it as a bad thing. It's a really good thing. They keep you cool. They keep their shape. They do not wrinkle. They don't shrink. They're 4-way stretch, moisture wicking, and very sustainable. And they have like a friendly dyeing process. So you can't really go wrong with them. It is an amazing product. And if you use the code TWRD20, the well-rounded dude, TWRD20, you can save 20% off your purchase. Links are going to be in the description. Please check them out. You won't be disappointed, and you'll have some pretty cool, stylish t-shirts in your closet. Like I really like those. I was a little surprised, but it was good quality. I liked all the stuff that they had. So, and like you said, like if you're just gonna layer it, if you're gonna throw like a hoodie over a t-shirt, it doesn't have to be the best. But if you're gonna like we mentioned earlier, like rock it with a suit, that's when you kind of want to like make sure your t-shirt is up there. But investing in t-shirts, I've learned the error of my ways.
I mean, and I'm a big layering guy, right? So I love wearing it with a zip up. I love wearing just a t-shirt. I'll throw a cardigan on over top of that, or rock it with a nice jacket. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I do have the cuts t-shirts that I like to wear. And if I'm specifically, wearing that with a suit jacket, or I'm just going to be rocking a t-shirt for the day and I want the t-shirt to look nice, I go cuts. But 90% of the time, you're just catching me in like a $3 Hanes t-shirt. Now that's totally fine because I've layered it with a jacket that was, that's where I spent the money, and that's the focal piece. It's just, and
especially if you're not taking that jacket off when you go somewhere.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's like, to really put a really good outfit together, most guys are going to have to kind of pick and choose, right? Like it would be awesome if we could all just go out there and be like, I have an unlimited budget for this outfit, but not every guy has that luxury, you know what I mean? And
right.
Sometimes you're going to kind of have to pick and choose, like, okay, I'll spend my money here, not going to spend my money here. T-shirts is a great place to not spend your money on if you're thinking about layering.
Right.
Yeah. Throw an $80 cardigan over top of a $3 t-shirt, and that whole outfit is going to look like an $80 cardigan. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. It's the cardigan is going to lift up that $3 t-shirt. You know what I mean?
Yes. I agree. Now, I do have a question for you on the subject of the cowboy boots. What do you think of, or how would you prefer, cowboy boots over the jeans, or your jeans over your cowboy boots?
So I think this 100% has to do with the style of boot that you get. But if you're talking about a traditional cowboy boot that goes up like mid calf, I'm gonna say I would definitely go jeans over the boots. I'm not a big fan of like boots going inside, or the pants going inside the boot.
Okay.
I just don't know why. I think it takes away from the actual look. I think there's going to be a lot of people that disagree with me, though.
It's fun. It's an opinion thing. I'm just curious because I've seen it both ways. Again, I see it out here, out here in the boonies more than, you're in the city. So I don't think you probably don't see it that much, but
yeah, to me, so like the aesthetic of tucking your jeans into the boots, it makes me look like you're thinking more functionality, less styly. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you're tucking them into your boots because you don't want to get your pants dirty because like you're doing something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I get that.
Yeah. And I think leaving them untucked kind of shows that like, this is not a work thing. This is not a functionality thing. This is purely a style thing. And I think that kind of separates how you can make a cowboy boot go from something that's like a functional work thing to like, now this is a style piece.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough.
I could be totally wrong there. Comments are going to be flooded. Like you 100% need to put your jeans in your cowboy boots. Jeans in the cowboy boots. Jeans in the cowboy boots.
That would be awesome.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
It's just it's a weird thing for me. Like, it's not uncommon to see out here. Well, I should say it's uncommon, but I mean it's kind of jarring, you know. And it's one of those things like maybe it's just because it's not my personal style why I don't get it, or I don't, you know, it's just throws me off a little bit. But you know, again, to each his own. And like I said, everybody may, you know, they may think wearing an overcoat is weird. So
nobody thinks that, dude. Nobody thinks that.
Okay.
I promise, man. We love the overcoat. We love it.
See that because I do get like weird looks. It's like, come on.
But it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. But yeah, the man with no name, Mr. Clint Eastwood. If you guys have never seen the outfit before, do a quick Google search. You'll see that very iconic photo of him with the poncho and the cigar with the cool hat. Take a look at it if you've never seen it before, because I do think it's a really, really cool look. And like I said, I don't think you should replicate that outfit piece for piece, but I think if you take aspects from that outfit and put it all together, I think it can be done really, really well, and something that's very unique and very cool.
Great pick.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Now, on for my next one. So I have to come up real quick because you did take John Wick from me. So I am going to go with. There are some cool ones on here, but we'll go for a little different one. Maybe a little from left field, but Mike Lowry.
Everybody want to be like Mike.
Bad Boys, specifically from Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys for Life. I think the suit he wore in the original Bad Boys is a little dated, but it's very, even though, you know, Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys for Life was like so far apart, I think Bad Boys 2, the outfits he wore still kind of hold up. That blue suit that he wears when he's, you know, trying to get Gabrielle Union or just tempt her without letting his partner know.
That blue suit is top notch, dude. There's not a lot of guys that can pull off that bright blue suit. That's a great suit. Yeah,
and one of the cool things, and it may be hard for like everybody to pull it off just because of, I think it's a Miami thing. Like that's the kind of thing you would wear for Miami. I couldn't see you doing it here in New York or many other places.
That's definitely a warm weather suit. That's a April to August suit for sure.
Yeah.
And
I mean, even for like up here in that time frame, I don't know if you could. Many people can pull that off. It's a Miami thing. But the same thing with like the opening scene in Bad Boys for Life with the outfit he's wearing on there. It's like a coral colored polo. And like white pants, like white jeans or white denim, like no, most people can't pull that off, but it works because it's Miami.
No.
And it's Mike Lowry.
Yeah, it's Mike Lowry.
Mike Lowry.
I do want to say real quick, though, I know you kind of, you said the suit from the first movie was dated, but I want to throw out, do you remember when Martin Lawrence was wearing that, like, it was like a royal blue shirt, and he's sitting at the desk, and Mike comes in and he's like, yo, you wearing my shirt? And Martin Lawrence is like, oh, I figured if I'm going to be Mike, I might as well dress like Mike.
Yeah.
He's got that.
Yeah, everybody want to be like Mike.
I'm like, damn, that is a really nice silk shirt, man. I would rock that shirt too.
Yeah, that shirt is cool. That suit was just like really baggy.
Yeah.
Little out of style.
The baggy suit, the baggy suit is definitely something we moved away from. I'm glad he cleaned it up for Bad Boys 2.
Yes. Yeah. And even the suit he wore in Bad Boys 3 that DJ Khaled got pig fat all over. It was was pretty cool. And that's just one of the things about the movie. It's like he woke up that day knowing he was going to go kick some ass, and he decided to put that suit on to go beat up criminals.
Yeah. No, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. That's a deep cut for sure. I didn't even think about that one. That's good though.
Okay. Thank you.
Next up on my list, I'm going to go to the video game well, because I don't think we talked about video games yet. But I'm going to throw it out there. Have you ever played the Uncharted series?
No, but I do know.
Do you know what I'm talking about though?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, my next pick, I'm going to go with Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series. And I think that this is a look that we haven't quite touched on yet. And usually I'm not a fan of this look. So his kind of quintessential look is going to be a sandstone khaki pants and a light kind of beige Henley. And I'm usually not a fan of piecing colors that similar together. But I think if you're looking for a really casual look that still looks incredible, you cannot go wrong with a 3/4 length sleeve Henley. He's got the 2 top buttons undone. He looks a little disheveled, got a nice belt to go along with it. It's kind of like a textured Henley, so almost like a thermal kind of look. And just a little bit, the pants are just slightly bigger than they need to be. And I think if you're looking for a casual look, pair that up with a pair of crispy white sneakers, and pooh, that look is incredible. Get yourself a little leather necklace to go along with it, and you just have the I am hunting tombs and going on dates look.
It's a good look.
I think it's a great look. I think it's a look that we haven't really touched on yet, too. And we, obviously, being a little bit of a nerd, I wanted to jump into the video game a little bit. But yeah, honestly, not usually a fan of wearing 2 pieces that are that similar in contrast of color. But for whatever reason, I think that sandstone on the bottom with the light it's almost like a gray, but it kind of leans a little bit more towards beige. With the textured Henley 3/4 length sleeve. Remember, guys, roll up the sleeves, show a little bit of that forearm.
Yeah, show those forearms.
Show a little bit of that forearm, show a little bit of the chest, have a nice belt to kind of break the line between these 2 colors, and pair that up with a crispy white pair of sneakers, and pooh, next level look. Next level.
Yes, yeah. I agree. Yeah, I would say that Henley's like an off-white one, which I would recommend. Anyway, if you're going to get a Henley, get an off-white one. Don't go with white.
Yeah.
But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, we all know what happens to white t-shirts. They don't stay white.
Nope.
Henleys can be expensive. So you want to keep that as long as possible. The best way to do that, off-white Henley.
Off-white Henley. But yeah, if you guys are looking for a more casual look, I know we mentioned a lot of suits and stuff like that. If you're looking for more of a day-to-day, and you haven't seen Nathan Drake from the Uncharted series, check him out. Do a quick Google search, take a look at the photo. It's a great look. You can put the outfit together. It doesn't cost a ton of money to put this outfit together, and I think it looks incredible. Definitely something comfy, and definitely something casual that you can rock as just your daily. I need to go to the grocery store and run a couple errands, but I still want to look great. This is that outfit.
Yeah. Even if you want to, I agree. You can. I think that works perfectly. And if you want to switch out as another option, switch out the khaki color pants, go with a gray, a light gray. I think that would even still work. It's something that you can,
Yeah, light gray still works. Get yourself some, kind of distressed denim can go with that outfit. I mean, black pants can go with the off-white Henley is so versatile. You can literally rock it with anything.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. I just got a tan Henley. Actually, you've seen it. That was one of the things I was just when I saw it, I'm like,
It's so funny. I love Henley so much. My closet, if you open my closet, I love this Henley so much. I have 3 of these. So my closet just starts with 3 black Henleys and then 3 off-white Henleys, 3 gray Henrys, and then just like a plethora of colors going this way. Exact same shirt, just different colors.
I do that too. Like when I get something I like, I'm like, okay, now I have to get the rest of my colors.
That is a quintessential dude thing. We just, if we find something we like, we're like, okay, this works. I love it. Give me it in every color.
Yeah, because sometimes I feel like I want to wear red, and other times I want to wear black.
Yep.
I'm just curious, because I know I do this, but is there like any color that you won't wear aside from like you know, like we were talking about like lilac and bright purple earlier? But I mean, like.
We kind of touched on it. Yellow is the one color that I really kind of stick away from. It's very hard for me to kind of work yellow into my outfit and make it look really, really good. And surprisingly enough, the other color that I have a lot of problems with is kind of the closest to that yellow that you can get, and that's any type of like bright orange. I have a really hard time working bright orange into any of my outfits and having it look the way that I want it to look. But outside of that, I'm actually a big fan of color if you do it right. So like some of my favorite things, I love wearing red. Guys, this is a pro tip. Pro tip here. If you want to be noticed by people of the feminine nature, the studies have shown that red is the number 1 color for you to wear if you are trying to gain attention from the female crowd. So yeah, do with that what you will. Wink, wink.
Just don't name it after us.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of color, dude. Like and especially when it comes to like just, you know, polos or button ups and stuff like that. I have some pretty loud stuff. I mean, I have a bright purple polo that I love to wear. I have a white button up that's a floral with like pink kind of flowers on it. I mean, I'm not a guy that kind of shies away from color. I actually kind of like it, but you got to know when to rock it.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah.
I ask because I don't wear blue.
You don't wear blue?
I don't wear blue.
No.
Yeah. No blue at all. People,
no blue.
No blue.
Not even like navy?
Not even navy.
Not even navy.
Yeah.
Oh no, dude. Okay, now we're gonna talk about. Now we got to talk about your therapy session for the next 2 weeks. I need you to get a navy blue suit with some brown pants, and with some brown shoes, not brown pants. I'm sorry. Get yourself a navy blue suit with some brown shoes and a matching brown belt, and you need to rock that for 2 weeks. Because the navy blue suit with the brown shoes is one of my favorite outfits of all time.
Okay.
Yeah. Navy
Fair
blue
enough.
is good, dude. Navy blue is good.
Yeah, I've been told it's weird, but I don't. No t-shirts, no. The clothes, I mean, it is blue, but I just recently got myself to get like a traditional blue denim jacket. And that's the only thing that I have that's...
The denim jacket is hard for me. What do you pair the denim jacket with?
Black.
Black?
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'll wear like a black outfit, you know, like long sleeve tee or a Henley or black denim, and then I'll rock the blue denim jacket.
Rock the jacket over top of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got a denim jacket, and the only thing that I could kind of make it work with was so I do a regular white tee, and then I'll do a light gray hoodie, pop the hood up, throw the jacket over top of that, and then pop the hood down to kind of break it up a little bit. So it's like that denim with the gray with the white, and then sandstone chinos and white shoes. And I love the way that outfit works, but it's kind of the only outfit that I found that I really feel comfortable wearing that jacket with. So I'm going to try yours out. I'm going to steal your style. I'm going to steal your style because I love the jacket and I need to wear it more, but I just don't know what to do.
Yeah. I mean, I like what I'm hearing about your style too. I also have a pair of Chelsea boots, those suede. They're like tan Chelsea boots. And sometimes, you know, instead of like wearing black shoes, I'll wear the Chelseas with the jacket and black pants and black shirt.
That's a good one too.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
That's a good one too. Okay. Next up on my list, we're gonna make this one short and sweet, but I feel like we had to mention this guy. But I'm gonna go with Kingpin from the Spider-Man universe.
Okay.
Now, like I said, this one's gonna be short and sweet, but I just think we need to throw out some love to anybody that's ballsy enough to just wear a 3-piece white suit like it ain't no thing. Yep. Throwing it out there.
Double-breasted suit, too.
Double-breasted 3-piece white suit like it's nobody's business.
It works. It's intimidating.
It definitely works. His dry cleaning bill has got to be through the roof.
Yeah, right? But it's cool, and you know what I mean? It works. I mean, when you hear Kingpin, that's what you think of. I mean, I know they've tried some different looks for him in some of the Marvel shows lately, but when I hear that, or hear Kingpin, that's the first thing I think of is that suit. You know,
yep. It's a quintessential piece, man. Quintessential piece.
Yeah.
So yeah, short and sweet on Kingpin, but yeah, shout out to anybody that can rock a 3-piece white suit. And just that's your daily. Impressive.
Yeah, for sure. Next on my list, we'll keep this quick too, because it's kind of falling in line with some of the other stuff we mentioned. Maybe from a little outfield, but we're gonna. It's been this whole list already.
The whole list has been from left field, dude.
I'm gonna go with Frank Reagan from Blue Bloods.
Whoa, let's go.
First of all, I'm convinced Tom Selleck is everybody's dad. That's what I say. But the 3-piece suits, like even at his age, dude's like pushing 80, and he's rocking 3-piece suits, and it looks good, looks commanding. You know, I mean, part of it could be Tom Selleck, but you know,
I mean, that stash, dude. That stash says it all.
Yeah. You can't go wrong with a 3-piece suit. If there's one thing you get from this video is that you can't go wrong with a 3-piece suit. Navy, charcoal, black. Although not for your first suit, you shouldn't go black, but still. Can't go wrong with a 3-piece suit.
I can't agree more. You can't go wrong with 3-piece suit. Can't go wrong with 3-piece suit. Just grab it, tailor it up, and you're good to go for a while.
Yep. And plus, I think Tom Selleck could play Dark Knight Returns Batman. I still stand by that.
If anybody could do it, it would be that stash.
Yep. I mean, take a look at like Dark Knight Returns Batman, like the Bruce Wayne from the first part, and then look at Tom Selleck, and they look the same. Like
they do, yeah. The similarities are striking. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
No, that's a great pick. That's a great pick. Okay, well, guys, this is gonna be the last one on my list because we did have a couple that overlap there. But I think this is a look that we haven't really talked about yet, and I'm typically, again, not a fan of this, but we are going to go with Mr. Frank Castle, the Punisher, and I'll tell you why. I'm not really a big fan of the graphic tee, but for whatever reason, the Punisher, Mr. Frank Castle, just seems to be able to pull off this quintessential skull t-shirt, and there's no suit around it at all. He's literally just wearing a black t-shirt with the skull logo on it, and he pairs it up with like leather jackets, trench coats, it's blue jeans, it's black jeans, it's like, you know, military pants, but he always has this quintessential t-shirt on it. And I think the kind of lesson here is that I'm typically not a fan of graphic tees, but if you're going to wear a graphic tee, I think you can make it work as long as you keep it to just one object. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So a graphic tee that has like a bunch of writing on it and like a million different things going on, not a big fan of that. But if it's just kind of a graphic tee with one thing right in the center of the chest, I think you can kind of pull it off, or even maybe like a side logo up on the breast. I think that you can pull that off. But yeah, I thought it was a good look to mention because typically not a fan of crazy graphic tees. And I know a lot of people kind of mention this, but I do think you can get away with wearing a graphic tee that just has the one logo in the center. Some of my favorites are Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. I don't know if you know Big Bang Theory, but he has that shirt with the Rubik's Cube that's melted. I think if you can get one really cool thing that's just kind of like a statement piece on the graphic tee, you can rock it and you can make it look really, really cool.
I agree. I agree with you. I haven't worn the graphic tees like just like that for a hot minute. I still have a whole collection of Batman tees in my closet. But yeah, you can definitely be able to pull off a graphic tee with, another piece with like a jacket, like a blazer or, a leather jacket or whatever. It's fine as long as it's not too busy.
Yeah. Keep it minimalistic. If you guys, if you want to go for a graphic tee, find something, a really cool kind of design. Make sure that it's not gigantic across the entire shirt. Try to keep it kind of centered, kind of small, and just one thing and no writing. That is my number one tip. Do not wear a shirt that has something written on it. Nobody wants to read your shirt. Just let that one pass.
Yep. Unless it's just like a single word.
Yeah, or a single word. You can do one word. You're allowed one word of writing.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. All right, for my last pick, I do have more, but I think we've pretty much summed up my style. It's turtlenecks, overcoats, Henleys, 3-piece suits,
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a kind of one, again, it's going to be kind of from left field. And I don't think it's so much the character, but it's going to be like the actor's style, but he seems to incorporate it in every show he's in. Did you watch The Flash?
I did, yeah.
Okay. Joe West. Jesse L. Martin.
That's a good style right there.
Yeah. Like, again, it's overcoats and sweaters, but I love how he like throws a beanie on with his overcoat. That's not something you see too much. At least I don't.
I mean, I think it's a great style, and I think if you can pull it off, I think it looks really, really unique. And I think it has a lot to do with the types of beanies. So if you notice in that show, when he throws on a beanie, it's pretty monochrome. Mm-hmm. I've never seen him kind of wear anything that was like a very loud hat. You know what I mean? It doesn't there's no designs on it. It's like light gray knit. You know what I mean? Just keep it monochrome, keep it basic. Don't make it the statement piece. Make it work within the outfit. Right.
Yeah. 100%. And I think bonus points if you can get chances are it's cold when you're wearing that. So you're probably wearing a sweater or something. Make it match your sweater, and a different color overcoat or whatever. I think that looks pretty cool. And I've noticed he wears that in the new show he's in, The Irrational. It's pretty much the same style as Joe West. So
yeah,
I think that's just pretty unique and pretty cool.
I think it's really unique. I think it's really cool. And another little pro tip, because, as you know, we are from the Great White up north, so I'm pretty used to dealing with cold weather nonsense. I think if you're looking for a really kind of stylish way to stay warm, number one, a scarf is an absolute must. And number two, I know a lot of people kind of, they put together this outfit and then they end up with those like gigantic gloves that are meant for like snow blowing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think a really good thing if you want to move away from like the classic knit glove, look for driving gloves. If you if you search driving gloves, you end up with a really warm, functional set of gloves that are really dressed up and really look nice. I mean, you could get them in brown leather, black leather. You can get them in gray wool, but they're meant to look more dressy. So that's another little pro tip from the Great White up north.
Yes. Also, too, if you feel that that's not going to be warm enough, because sometimes leather gloves aren't warm enough, get a little bit of a bigger size and get the magic ones we all had as little kids that one size fits all and wear those in there.
Yeah. Or you can go to Walmart or like Target or something and get like those packs of the knit gloves that are really tight. They're not really great. But wear the knit glove and then put the driving glove over top of that, just like you were just saying. And yeah, it kind of helps with the warmth factor.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think that's our list.
I think that's a pretty concise list, man. I think we both know each other's style really well now. I know what you're getting for holidays. I got plenty of trench coats ready.
All right, way to go. I know what to get you. You know, I'm gonna find you a comfortable turtleneck sweater.
I appreciate that.
or at least a turtleneck, shirt.
Yeah. Or, if you pull the trigger on that red jacket, I have to wear it at least once because it's a gift.
That's right. That's true. That's true. And you can't regift it because who else?
It's gonna be a pretty obvious regift. Like, hey man, what's up with that jacket? Would you get that jacket from Dave?
Yeah. As I shake the guy down like Batman, like, where did you get it? Tell me.
Man, I think that's a pretty concise list. So yeah, guys, let us know down in the comments if we missed any of your favorites. Always curious to see the comments, who we missed, who you guys like. I know we probably missed a ton of people. So yeah, I'll be checking the comments like a vulture to see who we missed and who you guys like.
For sure, yes. Dave, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for hanging out with me and listening to my therapy session on turtlenecks and overcoats. And but seriously, man, thanks for coming out, hanging out. And guys, be sure to follow him at Let's Talk Nerdy, like you said, everywhere. And before we sign off, got any other tips for the guys out there? Any other?
First things first, man, thanks for having me, dude. It's always a blast coming on the channel. Like I said, this was a great way to kind of infuse two things that I love, and you're kind of, I'm gonna be honest, dude, you're the only channel that does this. You'd infuse kind of like the two things that I love, which is being a nerd and, styling up. So that I absolutely love the channel, love watching the videos. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Thank you for all the content. It's a blast to watch. Last tips here, just, everything that we kind of went over, it really kind of rings true. Again, guys, it doesn't take a lot of money to look great if you know where to spend it. So remember, there's a couple things that you can kind of go cheaper route on. Don't be afraid to incorporate colors, but again, if you're going to incorporate, a really, really bright color, make sure to not go kind of all the way. Make sure to keep it a little bit monotone. And the most important thing is just have fun with it. Honestly, that's my number one tip for the guys out there is it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what Chris says. It doesn't matter what anybody else says. If you love an outfit and you like the way that you look, that is 100% the most important thing. If you love it, get it, wear it, be proud of it, get out there, have some fun, and keep the smile on your face, man.
I wholeheartedly agree, and I'll add one thing to that too, is just try. That's one of the things too, is just don't be afraid to try new things.
Just try. You'd be surprised how many people out there just don't try. If you put a little bit of extra effort into your appearance, I think you're going to see that, you really do kind of stand out. And just a little bit of extra effort goes a long way. So, yeah.
It sure does. Yeah.
Yep.
Put the effort in. So,
yep.
All right, guys. Thank you. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, do all the social media things. Help me fight the YouTube algorithm. Ring the bell. Be sure to check out thewellroundeddude.com. The website is really the hub of everything we do. You can find our Amazon page there. Did you know we had an Amazon page?
I did, yeah.
Cool. And the 5 most recent episodes of our podcast. So we will see you next time. Once again, Dave, thanks for being here, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.
Stay classy, YouTube. That was Ron Burgundy. I don't know if we can use that.